What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, we're talking about David Morrell Jr. and David Benavidez Jr. It's the battle of the two Davids. Now, it was being reported that there was a deal struck between the two Davids to meet in the squared circle. Well, apparently that is not true. David Benavidez Jr. came out on his verified Instagram. I think it was his stories, if I'm not mistaken, and said that it was all cap. That this fight isn't happening. There's no deal between the two. And you guys know sometimes this stuff happens in the sport of boxing. You know, rumors are rampantly flying around left and right. Some pan out, some don't. You just have to take this stuff with a grain of salt and wait till everything is verified. Well, anyway, David Morrell Jr. comes out and takes some shots at David Benavidez Jr. I want to read what he had to say and give you guys my take on this whole thing with the two Davids. Now, he says that David Benavidez, Mexican monster, he questions, Mexican monster. He's a fraud. He gets his shoes taken in Cuba. So, yeah, he's hitting below the belt here, talking a little trash, getting his name out there. And I can appreciate that, you know, coming from a young, hungry lion. So I want to get into this article a little bit, read what David Morrell had to say, and give you guys my take on this whole situation that's going on here. So it says WBA regular super middleweight champion David Morrell Jr. has issued another bold call out to undefeated WBC interim champ David Benavidez. Morrell lashed out at Benavidez and branded him a coward. As the Cuban fighter claims Benavidez is refusing to settle their differences in the ring. Benavidez recently denied circulating reports that he had reached an agreement to face Morrell in October. David Benavidez is a big B, said Morrell. His dad is a big fraud, always talking like he's some tough guy, but he's just a small man with little man complex. His brother wants to be gangster who talks a lot of ish, but got knocked out by Crawford and did a horrible job in the movie Creed. The Benavidezes are a bunch of cowards. This is the guy you call the Mexican monster. He's a fraud. This is the guy everyone is building up. I see a fat, insecure boy. That's what I see. Benavidez couldn't walk down any street in Cuba without getting his shoes taken. Funny he calls Canelo a duck. Who's the duck now? Wow. That's coming from David Morrell Jr., guys, calling out David Benavidez. And this is how you get somebody to fight you, in my opinion. He didn't just go after David. He went after his father. He went after his brother. He went after his acting career. This is a guy who's looking to catapult himself into stardom, into boxing stardom. And you got to appreciate that. Now, let's look at his record. Okay, David Morrell Jr. is 9-0. He has 8 KOs. He KO'd his last 2 opponents. One of them he put in the hospital. So he's a dangerous fighter. Now, what do I think about him calling David Benavidez a coward and a fraud? Honestly, I really don't agree with that. David Benavidez, you know, he really doesn't. He's not the type of guy to duck smoke, in my opinion. I think his big thing is right now he wants that shot at the big titles, at the undisputed titles held by Canelo Alvarez. I think that's his whole thing right now. He's 2-time WBC champion, never lost his belt in the ring. Just finished defeating Caleb Plant, who was defeated by Canelo Alvarez as well. And he wants his shot at the titles, and I think he deserves it. Now, whether or not he'll get them, I don't know. We don't know what's going on with Canelo right now. He's looking, you know, at Jamal Charlo. I heard he's looking at Badu Jack, which I think that's a done deal. They're not going to fight. He wanted Badu Jack to come down like 20 pounds to 180 pounds for the fight. We're hearing about I think Edgar Berlanga was thrown out there. So we don't really know what Canelo's doing next. Honestly, I wish he would fight David Benavidez, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But if he doesn't fight David Benavidez, I think this is the next best thing. And the way I look at that fight, David Benavidez, he's 27-0, 23 KOs. I think the experience will play a big part in that fight if he does choose to fight David Morrell. Even though David Morrell is a dangerous fighter, David Benavidez has a lot more experience. He has a lot of dog in him as well. And I think, you know, the combination of his dog and experience will probably be too much for David Morrell Jr., but I do appreciate David Morrell Jr. Calling out David Benavidez, being so bold about it, trying to make things happen. That's what fighters need to do. They need to come out here and call out these top guys and try to get up under their skin so they can get them in the ring. You know, that's what it's all about, the spirit of competition. So I can appreciate some good trash talk there coming from David Morrell Jr., calling out family members, calling him a coward, calling him a fraud. He threw everything at him but the kitchen sink, guys. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about David Morrell Jr. and his call out to David Benavidez. Do you think David Benavidez should fight David Morrell next? Or do you think David Benavidez should keep pressing Canelo Alvarez to get that undisputed title shot? You guys let me know in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.